Hey everyone, this is Mark from Avalaunch. Thanks for joining us today. We have a very exciting guests here, Nassim and Hassan from the Kalao project. This is the next IDO on Avalaunch. Everyone is very excited about it. These guys have been working and building inside of Avalanche for a long time. I've personally known them for a long time, watching them kind of put this project together, and it's been really interesting and gratifying to see their hard work kind of come to pass here. So we want to get into the project, talk about who you guys are and what you're up to and what the vision is. So let's just get right into it. First and foremost, just tell us like a little bit about Kalao. What the high level vision is, why you're building it, and kind of why it's relevant today.
I mean, maybe before Nassim, before you jump, let's maybe just say thanks, Mark, for inviting us. We really appreciate. You know that we appreciated working with you guys since the beginning. You're supporting us from day one. So thanks again for that. Nassim, go on.
Yeah. So again, thank you for this introduction. So overall, Kalao is a complete NFT ecosystem. So we have some very key competitive advantage here with point of differentiation, of course. So three main ones. So the first one is that we will deliver a really rock solid marketplace on Avalanche with advanced features, which is very much expected by the Avalanche community. We know that we are at the point where the ecosystem will explode and all the infrastructure are needed. On the NFT side, we hope that we deliver something really strong on that side. We also bring VR capabilities here to the NFT space with two main products. So the first one is Kalao Vision, which is our gallery concept. And the other one is Kalao World, so which is the Citadel. I know that a lot of are expecting some information here, but it's a complete virtual world where users will enjoy Metaverse experience with a multiplayer interaction, etc. And the last one, but not the least, we are also building a framework, to bring this text to real-world use cases like event ticketing, luxury goods, digital commerce, virtual live concerts, and so on.
This is very cool. Yeah, I mean, one of the things that struck me early on about you guys and what you were building was kind of the ambitious vision, kind of the scope of what you guys were trying to build. And I think that's good. You got to build something meaningful, and sometimes that means it's huge. And so, coming from that, like, let's just get a little bit into your guys's like background, the team, kind of who's on the team, how the team came together, and sort of what you guys have been doing in crypto and otherwise to make you guys the right guys for this project, essentially.
Sure, let me take this one, Nassim. So yeah, let me introduce myself very quickly first. So I'm Hassan. We founded the company with my mates that I will introduce right after. I have an engineer background. I held various positions around business development, business strategy. I was formerly leading strategy for a luxury company. I'm in the crypto space since 2016, 17. That's where we met together with Nassim. We did a few things in the space, but that's the real big project that we're working on together. We've built a team. We have a team of very strong people. Nassim is one of them, obviously. Nassim, I'll let you introduce yourself, and then I will introduce the other ones.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, I'm former financial engineer, was working in mostly for banks as a regulatory advisor and then more blockchain analyst for the last few years. And I would say from almost 2 years now, I'm completely focused on 100% on blockchain, on crypto project here. So yeah, we know each other, Mark, for a while now, SN2. So yeah, we enjoy to be there. And for Kalao, I have an advisory role, but I'm helping them a lot on the strategy side, etc.
And then we have a few other key people in the team. Efe is our CMO, great guy with a huge network, amazing energy. You know him, right? So Efe is a very, very fantastic guy. Emric is our VR lead. He brings great experience from the gaming industry. He's developing amazing stuff for us, and you'll see a lot more in the next coming weeks and months. Anthony is our head of product. This guy is a machine. Obviously, he never sleeps. Honestly, I don't know how he does. He's the he never sleeps. He never stops. So even I'm telling him to just relax a bit and stop.
Slow down
from time
some.
to time. Just slow down. We need you on the long run.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. Is basically the link between user experience design and our dev teams. So he's making sure that we're building a consistent roadmap of features and making sure that what we put in the roadmap makes sense from a user perspective, right, and from a vision perspective. We have Adrian, who is our CTO. This guy is a genius. I from time to time I call him Andre Cronji. You know, he's our Andre Cronji. I only met very few people in my life, honestly, delivering that fast and developing that fast. This guy is insane. We have Brice and Vincent. They are our UX guys, super fantastic guys, obviously, as well. Great experience in designing frictionless and seamless experiences. I mean, the marketplace that will release and the experience and the integration with Kalao Vision is something that we need to thank them for. Sorry. We have Antoine and Virginie as well. Let me speed up a bit, sorry. Who are building end-to-end onboarding program for artists. They are building a kind of Kalao Academy, for which the idea is to facilitate and ease the adoption of such tech for this type of users, right? And obviously, as you might have seen, we have great advisors, Omer, John, Nick, and Mehdi, our legal advisor as well.
Yeah, I did see that. And no worries, man. This is important stuff. You know, this is the stuff we like to hear and learn about. The team is critical here. And I saw the announcement with John a while ago and Nick recently. And, you know, I know those guys too. John's an advisor to our project as well. He's incredibly useful guy to have on the team. So I was really happy to see that. Cool. Sounds like a great team. All right. So the metaverse, let's just get into that really quickly, because the metaverse is this term you hear a lot. You know, it's in the mass media. You know, Facebook is doing work there. You know, it's like traditional tech's tackling it, startup tech, you know, crypto. I get the sense that it kind of is in one of these things that's so new that sort of has different meanings to different people. So I'm really curious to what your guys' take on the metaverse is. What is it? How does the Kalao project conceptualize it, and what can we expect to see from you guys in this area?
Okay, I can take this one, and Nassim, you jump in if you want to add more. But maybe just let's maybe just focus a bit on the words, right? You know, we like to usually oppose metaverse to universe, right? And if you focus on the prefix uni, this tells you that you basically have one life, right, in the real world, one in this dimension, where metaverse allows you to have several alternative virtual lives somehow, right? And that's what we like, and that's why people, I believe, are super excited about that, to be able to enjoy different stories, different lives, different social networking activities in this virtual environment, right? And that's what we want to bring. So first of all, I think we have this Kalao Vision product that is going to enable the galleries for people to customize and set up their rooms as they wish. But Nassim touched a bit on that before. The Citadel is a complete world, and you will hear more about that in the next coming weeks and months, where users will enjoy this alternative virtual life with plenty of activities, which we will detail as well, most probably either during this call. I'm sure you have plenty of questions, or in the next coming days and weeks.
Cool, thank you. Yeah, so there's the metaverse component of this project. In my mind, I kind of break these things apart. And then there's obviously the NFT stuff happening here, primarily with the marketplace. And so the NFT stuff's obviously very popular. There's a lot of people doing different types of things with it, exploring it in different ways. So just generally speaking, as an NFT project, where have you guys kind of seen the space go? Like, where did you see it start, and where do you see it now, and where do you see it headed in the future? I think you can focus on it in different ways, and have different priorities around it. So I'm curious how you guys are kind of analyzing the entire industry and leveraging the power of the NFT stuff.
You take this one, Nassim, or I take it?
Like you want. I mean, I could go ahead and then
Yeah.
add something if I miss something. For my side, I think that it's like we saw the DeFi summer. I mean, last year we are just living the NFT summer here. Something super new on the also. I mean, we'll maybe talk about that later about the mission things. There is more and more people who are working on kind of NFT bridges, like we also saw for the DeFi bridges. So this will, I think, kind of just link all the pieces together. So I think that there's amazing techs who are just emerging everywhere, blue chips on a lot of ecosystem. Here we are on Avalaunch. Everything is going super fast. We think that we only saw one part of the NFT capabilities here with the artistic stuff. We really think that there is a huge use cases too for the real world. That's something we'll work on early next year, of course. But yeah, we'll just introduce that, but with all the event ticketings. I mean, let's take the event ticketings as example. So we have currently the royalties for NFT piece of arts. A lot of marketplace, it's kind of a standard even now. Let's just imagine that for a secondary market for any concert tickets or I don't know, sports events, anything like that, with royalties for the organizers. That's just something huge. I mean, there's plenty of things to do, even outside of the crypto space, and that's where we think that the NFTs will also explode even more. If you want to add something, Sam.
Yeah, sure. Maybe just to build on what you said. Indeed, what you see right now is very much, Mark, as you have seen many times. It's very much around, paints, arts. You start to see here and there a few galleries concept, right? You can see very few ones trying to do something similar on Ethereum, but it's still very early stage, to be honest. We do think, I mean, short term, to be honest, we do think that social networking in virtual environment will come very soon. That's what we at Kalao will enable with the multiplayer, and this is something that you will start seeing before the end of the year, at least from our side.
Cool.
The introduction of the multiplayer together with the avatarization will push this to the next level. Let's to the next level. Let's face it, and this is going to be huge.
Yeah.
So I let you imagine the potential and the impact that this can have on the communities. I think it's what you see here is very much around individuals, right? Around B2C, let's say. And that's what Nassim also touched a bit before. B2B is going to jump in at some point, right? Companies will sooner or later jump into the space. They will. I mean, they have great reach here in terms of users, in terms of communities. They can communicate widely, present, advertise their companies, onboard, acquire customers here. So it's just a matter of time before they jump in, and that's why we want to also at Kalao bring and build these frameworks for them. Right? We need to bring the tech for them to easily adopt this environment and jump in, and that's what we're building. Event ticketing, as Nassim said, is an example which has which is a great untapped market, which we're going to go and get. This is our ambition. But we have also luxury good digital commerce, which is another one. Live concert is another one. I mean, you have plenty of use cases that this will open. Stop me when I talk too much. Huh?
No, it's good. It's good because we're going to talk a little bit more about the NFT stuff, and I want to get into like the actual marketplace. I think this is a type of product that people like are really familiar with because it's kind of how the most people at this point interact with NFTs. Marketplaces, OpenSea. There's a bunch of other popular ones, and this is what people think of a lot of times. Like go to the market, buy the NFT. And so I want to talk about the marketplace and what kind of features you guys are thinking about building and how it might compare to some of the other competitors. Now, I don't know that that's necessarily the most important thing, but I think it is relevant looking at the competition and how you guys are approaching it maybe differently or maybe exactly the same.
I think it's a very good question, and we need to clarify a bit on that. I think first thing first, we're building on Avalanche, right? And I mean, you know why, Mark.
I do.
Well, we can detail a bit more after.
Yeah.
But this is we're bringing a very fast marketplace, and honestly, we'll have the opportunity to detail this in let's say in a medium, because we're building our own let's say the graph solution.
Cool.
This will make it even faster, but this is something that we'll have the opportunity to come back on later on. So we're building first on Avalanche. We're investing a lot on UI UX. We want our marketplace to be as frictionless as possible for users. Yeah. We did benchmark the other marketplace. Of course, we would have been stupid not to do it. We need to learn from them, obviously. And let's be humble here. And but we've implemented great features as well on top of what we've learned. I mean, the auction capability is going to be ready right from the start on Avalanche. I don't think that there is any marketplace on Avalanche today offering that. We do support Exchange as well, network. This is something that is interesting, that might be interesting for some of the users. Mm-hmm. We manage collections, we aggregate all the NFTs in C-Chain. And beyond that, the marketplace is complete. I mean, Kalao vision, the galleries is completely integrated to the marketplace, right? We've said it many times, but it's important to mention that, right? So it's not only a 2D experience, you can also enjoy a 3D experience, a virtual experience, and then trading, transacting directly through our marketplace from the galleries. So that's very important. I mean, Nassim, I don't know if you said it again already, but we have a super fast marketplace where the price feed is just insane, and this is again something that will come back later on in a medium just to detail a bit more about that. We're investing on the infrastructure, obviously, so that we have something very rock solid. Obviously, that's very important. And yeah, I mean, the idea is that we will continue to invest in the marketplace as we go. We have a roadmap which is quite packed till end of the year. We have additional features which will come throughout the whole end of the year, like artist certification process, which will be also something interesting to get for artists. We'll have some spaces dedicated to artists that they can buy. This will come also later on. Nice. And yeah, I mean, that's where we are. And just to come back a bit on what you said at the beginning, you know, when you said, let's, how do you compare to other marketplace, to competitors? So we want to be the #1 marketplace on Avalanche. That's clear. We want to be the reference. Sorry. And this is something that we're absolutely full speed at, right? And we're also bringing something very different, right? I mean, the VR capabilities that we add on top is, so the competitor, our competitor would be a mix of OpenSea and Decentraland, right?
Yeah.
If we really want to push this further, that's how we would compare Kalao, a fusion of a merge, sorry, of Decentraland and OpenSea.
Right. Yeah, and the Decentraland component of this is something I'm aware of, but I'm not sure that a lot of people are yet. And so I think it would be interesting to explore, because that's that opens up a whole nother can of worms, right? And so when you say Decentraland, I'm assuming you're talking about the ability to inhabit, buy, rent, own virtual land. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's absolutely correct. The idea is really to allow users to buy virtual lands or rent them, or rooms. Nassim will come back to that later on probably, but the Citadel is also a great concept where you will have plenty of activities in there. So they'll be able to to own or to rent some virtual spaces, be it lands or virtual rooms.
Yeah,
indeed.
that's incredible. So, I mean, it really is taking this stuff to kind of where we've been and taking it to the next level, because these concepts are popular. People like them. Decentraland's been around for a long time and has users, and so now you're actually offering people the ability to inhabit these spaces and own them and exist in them in completely new ways. And I think that's just the coolest thing in the world. Going back to something you said a little bit ago, the X chain and C chain integration. As a builder and as a user, kind of what are the differences here, and why is it important to be integrating with both?
Do you want to? Can I jump in?
No, take it. I talk too much.
No, yeah, I just wanted to say the first, to have the small story about why we integrated the exchange first. It was to leverage from the web wallet with the NFT studio, to be sure that all these community artists will kind of mint on work to have some these cool NFTs, will also enjoy the fact that they will be tradable, and not just like they will be able to send them to a friend or something. It was a lot of work, to be really honest, on that side, because you know how the exchange is. It was not like built for that. On the C chain, we already know it's a kind of EVM compatible. That's the standard here, so that's well known by everyone. But on the exchange side, to be one good thing, one thing to mention here is that how Avalanche build their I would say NFT standard is something really, really cool, even cooler than what has been done on the EVM side. That's what we kind of state during our work. But yeah, it was mostly to also leverage from the NFT studio on make it possible for all these community artists to kind of enjoy and make their NFT tradable at some point.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, the reason I wanted to just drill down on that a little bit is because, well, A, the Avalanche architecture is different and offers different advantages, and B, my ideal Avalaunch project, the ideal are the projects that are looking at that architecture and looking at building on it in new ways and kind of exploring what these things now offer us, right? And so we have, projects coming out sort of in the future that are already looking at subnets and how to optimize for that stuff. And, that is a big part of what's special about Avalanche. And so the perfect Avalaunch project in my mind has always been the guys that are willing to look at that and say, where are the innovations here? Where are the cool things we can kind of build and push this stuff forward? So I really, really appreciate you guys' approach there, because I think it's super important. And so when we're talking about the VR stuff, it's VR technology has always been this kind of funny thing for me that feels like it's about to take, and then it doesn't, and then it's about to take. But I do feel like we're at this point now where we're about to see some real mass adoption of VR technology. I have my neighbor who I can see through his window lives in his VR headset, right? And that says something to me. Like, it says that we've reached the point where this can be integrated in your life. And so with the VR component of Kalao, I'm curious, because that's a very different type of development. The blockchain and crypto, it could exist entirely independently. And so I'm very curious, how different is there a dedicated team working on this stuff? What are they working on now? What can we kind of expect in the short term? And then how does it all link together with the crypto? I just kind of want to explore what you guys are doing there.
I mean, yeah, there is dedicated team on the VR side. I mean, now as we speak, they are working on the multiplayer integration. I mean, it has been hacked, to be honest, but they are still working on it to make it smoother and fully functional. I think why did we plug the VR things with the blockchain is definitely because of the NFTs. I think that it was in Singapore or Hong Kong, I don't remember where, but we saw the first kind of museum, or not museum, the showroom of NFTs with this super expensive NFTs, etc.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of thinking that it will be at some point not a nice to have, but kind of mandatory thing to also allow people around the world to enjoy this real showroom. So you will be able, of course, to visit this gallery. There's this real gallery with all these NFTs. But imagine that you guys are in Los Angeles, New York, Paris, I don't know, Hong Kong, but you still want to visit that. You have the virtual gallery too with the exact same NFTs. So not something a copy or just I don't know, but this real NFTs, and you're there. You're in a virtual gallery, but you're seeing the exact same thing as the people in the real world are seeing. So I think that, Hassan, if you want to jump in, of course, but that's what will also inspire a lot of our information on the gallery side, even more with the COVID context, etc. Hopefully it will not stay that long, but this also has an impact now.
Yeah, that's a bit what has inspired us, to be honest. As you said, Nassim, we like to visit museum and galleries, and we have quite a lot here as well in Paris. We're located in, most of the team is based in Paris, by the way. Mm-hmm. And you said it as well. The COVID context has pushed us in a way to say, okay, there's something to do here and to build. People were locked down. The development of we were in the middle of the development of the NFT economy, right? This was completely exploding at the same time, and this was quite natural for us to say, okay, there is something to build here, which is providing this experience using the NFT infrastructure to deliver this experience to people wherever they are, right? And that's a bit what we've started with. And going back to your question on where we are, right, and short term and versus long term. I mean, short term, Kalao Vision is ready. It's fully integrated to the marketplace. This project will launch together with the marketplace, right? This is something that where we're ready. Nassim said it already. The multiplayer, we cracked it. We're fine-tuning somehow the experience. We want to have something very seamless as well here. So the team is completely working full speed on having something solid here. And avatarization is also something that we expect to come short term, right? We want this to come together. I mean, it will not come with Kalao Vision, right? But we hope we can bring that together with the multiplayer mode, right? So if I summarize, Kalao Vision is ready. This is the gallery concept. This will come with the marketplace. Next, you should expect the multiplayer mode together with the avatarization. The team is also full speed on building a web-based experience for that as well, right? So this is something we're working on. And last but not least, we said it many times, the Citadel is also something which will be huge for us. And the team is also working on it. So let's say before the end of the year, that's the type of features and services that you might expect, you will expect from us.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's a lot. I wouldn't have been surprised if you said, in 6 months, we'll launch the VR stuff. I mean, this is very, very ambitious stuff. And I'm wondering, what are you guys doing, or what can you tell me about I guess the business development component of the marketplace? It seems like, the straight marketplaces, these things kind of live and die on the drops that happen there and the art that's going there. And I'm wondering, do you guys have anything planned? Do you have any partnerships, or what are you guys doing around the business development side of making sure that, outside of the aggregation, that like the best NFT projects want to launch on Kalao?
You take it, Nassim, or I take it?
Yeah, I can take it. I mean, I think that there is two main pillars. The first one is also all the community different project. We're super honest. We're kind of on being super humble here. We receive 5 or 6 demand per day.
Yeah, I believe it.
When we're releasing, because people want to release their collection, their NFTs. I mean, even single artists without any collection, they're asking because people also want their gallery, etc., etc.
Mm-hmm.
We also have already kind of partnerships. We cannot disclose them, of course, that will happen at the day one on the weeks after. On the other side, I will maybe let Hassan maybe for the business development. I will on the real world, but on the NFT crypto side, there is a lot about this coming after the launch of the product.
Yeah, no, I can build on what you just said, Nassim. So first of all, just in terms of partnerships around NFT itself, NFT topic itself, on top of all the partnerships and the people who are contacting us on project that we're going to list at the very beginning, we have also a team dedicated to developing that, right? I wanted to say a few words on that here. This team will build a kind of Kalao Academy, right? A kind of, an onboarding program, an end-to-end onboarding program to help in pushing the adoption even further, right? So this is something which is very important. We still see, and when we discuss with artists, with creators, with singers, with the other celebrities, one of the things is that it's still a bit weird, this environment. Crypto is still a bit weird, NFT is still a bit weird. So we need to do a bit of teaching here, a bit of just explaining them what it is, how they can jump in and facilitate and ease the process for them. And that's what we're doing, and that's what Antoine and Virginie are building right now. Going back to the real world use cases, we started to discuss with some companies, right? Event ticketing is one. Event ticketing is huge. You can easily imagine people buying tickets which are linked to an NFT, and this will give them access to a live concert or a broadcasted event, right? So we started to discuss with some companies to do a POC with them and bring them to that, right? We need to prove them that this is the right technology. And we do have also other partnerships that we're trying to build. We're starting to discuss with museum, right? To see how to start moving on the 3D NFTs, right? Buildings, virtualizing complete rooms of this museum and showcasing these sculptures and so on. So that's also one thing that we're developing and that we're going to bring as well at some point.
That's awesome. Yeah, one of the things that makes me so excited about you guys is your ability to go out and build relationships and and be professionals and do these kind of deals, really, because the broader world, they want in on this stuff, and they're just looking for partners that they can trust and feel comfortable with, and they know that they're going to do right by them and professional. And you guys have always been that. And so it gives me all the confidence in the world in you guys to go out and secure these kind of deals, which is ultimately good for the community and Avalanche and and the token holders. And that's kind of what I want to go into next is the Kalao token, the KLL token. It's general utility, how it integrates across, all of these different products that we're talking about. And very broadly speaking, as a holder, why would I be excited about holding this token long term?
You take, I take, Nassim?
Yeah, take it.
I take it? Okay.
I will add something if.
Sure. So Mark, great questions. We've covered that in a token utility document. We've disclosed as well a medium recently. I mean, let's start with high level concept, which is you'll get users. The community will have some will get access to features. Some of the features for free. Some will have a one-off cost, let's say, and some will be unlocked by stacking the tokens, right? So first of all, before jumping into the use cases and so on, the utility. You need to know that obviously we'll apply a service fee on transactions within Kalao marketplace, and everyone stacking Kalao tokens will get the discounts here on the service fee. That's one element. We need to talk about rewards, right? We want to reward the community and our best contributors to the ecosystem, and basically we will reward them in Kalao token. And a few examples of this is that we will reward this based on we will reward them, based on the volume they generate on the marketplace, the traffic they generate on Kalao Vision, in Kalao Vision, the time they spent and the activities in our Kalao world, such as the Citadel. They'll get tokens as well by farming their lands, for example. I mean, this is not exhaustive, but I just wanted to provide a bit of how they can get these Kalao tokens. That's the first thing. And then we do have other use cases where they can use their Kalao token. First of all, they can promote their NFT on the platform, right? If they want to have their NFT on the first page and first search results, they can use their Kalao token for that. They can promote their gallery as well, so that it appears right from at the beginning. They can rent some virtual slots in Kalao world to advertise or promote their NFTs. So that's the type of things that they will be able to do. In a more metaverse, on a more metaverse side, I mean, the more, if they stack tokens, they can unlock the gallery sharing features, for example, right? So it's free. It would be free for them to set up their galleries, but if they want to share them outside, they need to stack Kalao token. They need to stack Kalao token to unlock gallery customizations capabilities. We did not mention that earlier, but we will offer some personalization services features so that they make these galleries as customized and as unique as possible, right? So that's one element. They can purchase a unique gallery as well with a unique design with their Kalao token. I mean, let's imagine, Mark, you want your gallery with your picture inside as a logo with a specific design and so on. And this is something that you will be able to do by spending your Kalao token to acquire a very unique gallery, personalized one. You can purchase NFTs. Let me speed up a bit here. You can purchase NFT slots. You can purchase lands, rooms. And companies will be able to advertise their businesses using NFT slots. You can rent virtual rooms. You can buy NFT tickets to access a live streamed event. So that's, I mean, I'm certainly missing a lot here, but but what I want to see here and what is very important is that these are examples of use cases, right? But as we will develop, as we will advance, in the move forward on the roadmap, as we will deliver additional use cases, the more features and the more services, and the more you will need your Kalao token, right? Because it will basically get more and more utilities as we develop more and more features and services. That's the whole point here.
Yeah, if I can add just something about the DAO, I don't know, Hassan, if you talk about it, but
no.
which is quite cool, I think, for the orders like you, Mark. So 25% of our generated fees on the marketplace will be, so it's in AVAX, of course, will be redistributed to kind of a DAO treasury on one time per month or per quarter, still to be defined, of course. But so the DAO, so the token holders will be able to kind of vote for some proposal, of course, like, I don't know, just redistribute this AVAX among all the holders, or just use this AVAX to buy back Kalao from the open market, onboard them, or, I mean, there's a lot of possibilities here. Yeah. So we're using this way or not, like why, I mean, the question could be why you guys are not just using this 25% to buy back and burn just directly, just of course to not be kind of seen as a security token. So it's, this kind of stuff will be done through the DAO. So this, I think this is something cool for anyone who wants to hold the token for the long term. If you believe that we'll have high volumes on our marketplace, which hopefully will be the case. Yeah. And yeah, that's my point. I mean, I think that Hassan was crystal clear on, give a cool overview of all the possibilities and utilities of the token.
Yeah, I love the DAO stuff, obviously, because it it involves the community. It gives people an opportunity to feel a part of it, invested, yeah, and kind of have a say. And these are the types of things that make platform special and really sticky and create a culture, really, which I think is important. And this leads me into my next question about Avalanche. We are Avalaunch. We only support Avalanche projects, and I've talked a lot about kind of the Avalaunch story and why we're here and why we think it's special. And I'm really interested to hear about your guys' kind of Avalanche story, because I think everyone has one. And so more specifically, not just why you guys decided to build here, but how you became aware of Avalanche, and and why you decided that this is where you kind of wanted to put your project and your career and your time, and what's been the experience so far. We met many months ago, and I was attracted to you guys because you guys were focusing on Avalanche, and I always just think it's an important topic to explore, because Avalanche is just very different for many reasons, and I'm curious to hear your guys' perspective.
Yeah, if I can jump in, I think that the team is kind of following Avalanche from January 2020, so kind of that's for a long time now. The subnet things was super interesting, of course. The fact that the network was super fast on low fees, etc. On, of course, the team behind. The cool thing is that we were also, I mean, kind of close with some team members here, so that helps. I mean, you know how it is. So to build and to have the right connections with our CTO. Also, we tried. I mean, other networks. It was definitely like, okay, Avalanche is a no-brainer here to do what we have to do, and to build what we want to do for the both X-chain and C-chain, and for all the potential subnets that will come in the future. So maybe at some point we'll even maybe do our own, we don't know. I mean, it's just the fact that this possibility is there. It's just something that you cannot find anywhere else for a moment. So this was a really good point for us to maybe customize the whole experience according to our needs. The fact that the team is quite friendly and support us during this journey, and also the fact that the network is just working really well. It's promising. The ecosystem is growing and growing, even if when we started it was not like that. But that's for all this reason that we wanted to start on build on Avalanche.
Cool.
So that's something I said.
No, I think you've covered everything, Nassim. I mean, amazing team, amazing tech, and that's not. And that's a bit why also we also have John and Nick as advisors, right?
Yeah.
We work with them since a few months. They've been helping us since the very beginning. No, I mean, huge team, very smart people, great great challenges ahead, but blue sky ahead, hopefully.
That's right. Well, those challenges are what's going to really drive the real progress. And yeah, I couldn't agree more. So we've established that we all love Avalanche. This is where we want to be. And so now I wonder, what does the multi-chain, cross-chain world look like for you guys? Do you plan on integrating other places? Are there going to be bridges other places? What's the thinking on the multi-chain architecture and approach for Kalao?
Yeah, we'll jump on this one. I mean, at least start. As I said, I think earlier, we really believe that the NFT bridges will it will become a standard. Like we currently can see with all the DeFi bridges, with all the other layer one. So we really believe in that at the very beginning. Will we start on other chains? This we're working on, maybe, but always with the same goal to have more traction on our main products, on our main chain. That this will of course remain Avalaunch here, but we really think that there is some cool things and some cool traction to have from other networks too, even more if bridges are there, if NFTs became a kind of, there is one standard for all these chains, etc., etc. But for a moment, we're currently really focused on Avalaunch and we want to build on Avalaunch here. That's maybe something we'll start thinking about it early next year, quarter 2 or the second quarter, depends of our roadmap and our needs.
Makes sense.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, Mark, just to be clear here, we'll do whatever it's necessary to develop the Kalao ecosystem and to push the adoption. So if we feel that at some point we need to embrace additional blockchains, and to be very honest here, some other projects contacted us and they wanted us to bring our tech already to their blockchain. So this is not our focus, as Nassim said. Our focus right now is really to build on Avalaunch. We have quite a lot already to do here to be successful, and we expect more and more users and millions of users to come, hopefully, to jump in the Avalaunch ecosystem. And yeah, if there is an opportunity for Q2 next year, Q3 next year, then we'll take it. But for now, we're very much focused on Avalaunch.
Yeah, and I think that's really an excellent answer. I mean, what I really hear you guys saying is, we're establishing ourselves. We're well aware of what the crypto space looks like, and we are prepared to make the right decisions for the project when those things come.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's a good approach. You could it doesn't really matter what you want or what you think is right, because 6 months from now, the world is going to present you something different, and you just need to be ready for that. And I think that's ultimately most important. And so we have the sale coming up here next week, and then we'll be off to the races. And so the sale happens, people start getting their tokens. What can we expect as a user after the sale, short term, mid-term, toward the end of the year, in terms of product and things we can actually use? I know we've kind of talked around a lot of this stuff, but let's just break down what we can expect to see post sale.
It's very. I mean, I'll try to make it very simple here. I mean, the MVP. I mean, our V1, let's say, product will come shortly after, right? We're expecting to release our product. So as I said before, marketplace together with our Kalao Vision tech product by mid-October. That's the target, and that's what we're full speed at. Okay. Just so that you know, we're also right now testing internally our solutions. That we're very close to be ready, but we just want to be sure that when we launch with something very rock solid, first of all, and that with the best experience possible. And then the idea right after, because we're we're not a huge company with processes and everything, you know. The idea is really to stay agile, and we want to release something like every 2 weeks new features, right from mid-October. The roadmap, as I said before, is quite packed. As we said, we have the multiplayer mode coming after. We have the voice chat, personalization service, avatarization, virtual pet. This is something that will be huge. The Citadel, and all of this we're planning to release before the end of the year. So please expect some very dense delivery schedule, right? With something coming every 2 weeks after our V1.
Right on. Yeah, I just heard something I hadn't heard before, so I'll leave it to users to dig that out. It sounds very cool. All right, so one last question, and you know, and then we can wrap it up. And this is, I think, a good way to end it. You know, so Kalao launches. You know, we're 2-3 years down the road. You guys have successfully executed the vision. You know, what does the Kalao impact on the crypto world look like? You know, what does the ecosystem look like in the project?
Go ahead, Nassim, please.
On this one, okay. I think that's, well, what to say, for impact, I think for in the next 2 years, we aim to be like the first on the really adopted marketplace here, with all this VR stuff on even features that we are not thinking now will be adopted with a huge amount of users. Like, people will just come to our capabilities on VR capabilities on VR world like every day. I mean, we don't know, but the goal at the beginning will be to kind of release the Kalao world, and maybe at some point even the community itself will come with ideas and with others like add-on stuff. This would be the real impact we want to have in the NFT space, on the ecosystem itself. So, like, we will build the floor, build the worlds, etc., and we expect that people will start, will have also ideas on their side, really kind of increase, I would say, the VR adoption here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think yeah, Nassim, if you allow me, I think you summarized quite well where we want to be in maybe 2-3 years time. To be honest, Mark, we're even thinking 5 years time from time to time.
Yeah.
You know, when we do a strategic plan, we think even beyond. But in crypto, 2 years is already a strategic plan.
Yeah, that's right.
It's already very
every
far
year in
from...
crypto is like 5 years. Yeah.
Indeed. So so first of all, indeed, we want to be the marketplace. First of all, we want to capture most of the volume here, and we want to be the one stop shop, right? One place to go, the place to go for everything related to NFT. So that's quite an ambition, but that's where we want to be in at least on Avalanche first. And second as well is everything Nassim said around the VR stuff, our world. We want to feel community enjoying virtual lives, as we said before. You know, when you were asking about what's metaverse and so on. So we want to enable plenty of additional use cases, so like such as social networking. I mean, we didn't talk about that in the VR environment, but and start seeing people chatting to each other, creating relationship in our worlds, developing the economy, this virtual economy, and that's where we want to be as well, on a more metaverse experience perspective, with very with a lot more indeed to come in terms of features and services. And please expect this from us.
Yeah, right on. Awesome. Awesome. Well, guys, you know, one, I want to thank you for your time. This has been really informative. I think we covered a lot here, and we got a really, really good picture of what Kalao is doing. But you know, on a more personal note, you know, I want to say I could not be more excited for you guys and the sale and your future. You know, so far, Kalao has been for me and the team, you know, exactly what we wanted out of this project. And what I mean by that is, you know, meet a team with a vision early, who was bought into Avalanche early, and we shared those kind of ethics, and you know, contribute where we can, help where we can, and watch you guys grow into something really, really special and unique, and then eventually go and do the sale and introduce you to the community, and then watch you guys just, you know, take over the world. Like it is, you know, note for note exactly what I wanted this thing to be for us and for me. And it's just been really, really gratifying to watch you guys, to see how far you guys have come. And you know, I'm just so excited for what you guys are doing. So, you know, thank you for that. You know, it makes what we do really, really nice, and it's appreciated. So, thanks for that. And yeah, we will. You know, I think we'll
Mark,
collaborate for a long time.
Yeah, Mark, if you allow me, let me just say thank you as well on our side. I mean, you know that we've discussed since a couple of months, even more now. You guys have been helping us setting up the whole thing. It's been a long road. Let's face it. It's been difficult. Still a lot of things to achieve. Obviously, still great challenges ahead. But you guys have been very supportive. And not only, I mean, it was you always put the community in the heart of what you do. You advised us as well on plenty of topics, the metrics as well. You were trying to put the best possible setup, and you did what you had to say. You said, sorry, what you had to say. So thank you for that, and very much looking forward to what's ahead.
Yeah, awesome. Likewise. All right, guys. Well, again, thanks for your time. This has been great, and we will see you on the other side.
Yep.
Thank you.
Cheers. Take care.
Thank you. Bye, guys.